You've got to be kidding me. You absolutely got to be kidding me. The New York Football Giants prevail, 10-7 win. The Dallas Cowboys here on Sunday Night Football. What a win by the Giants. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to do a little live stream discussion here. So thank you guys for tuning in from this ball game and victory for the New York Football Giants. Let's take a look at the box score. I mean, obviously a few things will stick out to us with the lone touchdown for the New York Giants in this football game. The Giants played pretty ugly, honestly, but ultimately they did enough at the end to get the win here. Odell Beckham, 4 receptions for 94 yards and a touchdown on the day. Eli Manning, definitely not the best performance for him by any stretch of the imagination. 17 of 28 for 193 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Also those 2 fumbles that he lost. So the entire game, it seemed to be a defensive battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants all day long. Dak Prescott with 2 interceptions on the day. Funny part, coming into this game, he only had 2 interceptions the entire season. So that speaks to how great it is, how well they're playing right now. And now they're 2-0. The only 2 losses for the 11-2 Dallas Cowboys are from the New York Giants on opening night in Week 1. They win 11 straight games, and now their second loss here in Week 13. So you've got to give all the credit in the world to the New York Football Giants, and we'll see what happens moving forward. It held without a touchdown in this game, 24 carries for 177 yards for Zeke. Candidates and Rookie of the Year candidates and Prescott and Elliott. Worst games of the season between the 2 of them. Terrence Williams had the lone touchdown. The only points for the Dallas Cowboys in this game, 5 receptions, 76 yards, and that 1 touchdown. He made sure to score this time instead of running out of bounds like he did at the end of the game in Week 1. So 31-yard touchdown, Prescott to Williams, and that was how the Cowboys got started. They were up 7-0 at the half, could not score in the second half. Giants scored 10 unanswered in that second half, and they get the win here. So what does this mean going forward? That's probably a pretty interesting question. I'll give you this, guys. I don't know what exactly is going to happen the rest of the season. I think the Cowboys will be the 1 seed. I think the Giants will probably be they'll be the top wild card team, so they'll be that 5 seed. So I think it's very possible that we're going to have a situation where the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys could potentially face in the second round or in the maybe even the NFC Championship game. Who knows what the matchups end up being, but I think this is a very strong Giants team. I think this is a team that's proven time and time again they're not afraid to verse the Dallas Cowboys, and if these 2 teams end up facing one another at Jerry's World in the playoffs, the Giants are going to be ready to go. They're going to have they're going to have the momentum. They're going to have the confidence that they've beaten this team twice. How they could be the only team that maybe will beat the Cowboys all season long with these 2 wins. So you've got to give them credit. You've got to consider them a contender. I'm a big Giants fan, so I'm someone who always is a contender. But this year in particular, you have to take them seriously. Finally, they've solidified that defense with all the offseason moves they've made in the during the offseason, of course, spending a lot of money on that secondary, bringing in guys like Olivier Vernon, the linebacker, Damon Harrison, Snacks, as they like to call him, for the Jets, the crosstown rival. Guys like Janoris Jenkins, of course, drafting Eli Apple, so the list goes on and on. These guys can compete at the highest level, and the Giants are going to rely on them as they have here today. I mean, running up only 7 points to the Dallas Cowboys, arguably the best team in all of pro football, is not an easy feat, so you got to give them credit for that. So I think if you're a Giants fan, you've got to be very optimistic, very excited about the season going forward. We'll see what happens. The Giants end up in the postseason. Most likely they will, but I'm just a little nervous of crowning them just yet because I've seen this team time and time again collapse at the end of the season. So I'm assuming they're going to be in the playoffs, but you can never really assume with the Giants. So we'll see what happens. I think also what we got to talk about with the Dallas Cowboys is what's going to happen now at the quarterback position. I think there's going to be people that are still going to want to try to get Tony Romo in there because they only scored 7 points in this game. They're now 0-2 against the Giants. You figure going into playoff time, is there any type of chance that despite Tony Romo giving up this job to Dak Prescott, is there any chance that the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones, who you never know what that guy is up to, you never know what's on his mind, and you saw when Jerry Jones was saying that Tony Romo is still going to be a part of our championship and playoff run this season. And you're just like, what? How could Tony Romo possibly be a part of the championship run? Because he gave up the job. He relinquished the job to Dak Prescott a couple weeks ago at that press conference that we all remember. So we'll see what happens. I think there's definitely a chance that we could be in for a QB controversy. I mean, it depends how the Cowboys want to handle the situation. If they want to die, if they want to die this down and push it down now, not really worry about it, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, give me your thoughts down below. The Giants and the Cowboys, what a game. I'll give you that. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you for watching.